guys, how you doing? Happy New Year. Today is actually January 24th. It's a Friday. So I'm just down in my craft room. I need to make a video for you guys, and I need to make one on my craft channel. So I figured I would come down and do that today. If you saw my last video, you saw that Dad and Annette were here on New Year's Day. They were here until January 6th. That was so cool. I knew Dad was coming. We had planned that back in the fall, but what I didn't know was back in the fall, he gave Scott a little call and told him that Annette was going to come too. So when we got to the airport that day, his flight was early, and I texted Annette and I said, oh, Dad's flight's early, and I took a picture of the arrivals board so she could see. She didn't respond, and that's because she was upstairs in the airport hiding and waiting to come out. So that's why when you see Dad come out, she was actually upstairs hiding. And then when we got over to the luggage carousel, Dad kind of angled himself so that I would be facing him and my back would be to her so she could sneak up on me. So that was so cool. That was so fun. I was so happy to see her. She hadn't been here. Well, she hadn't been to Calgary at all. And she hadn't been to visit us since we lived in Bermuda, like back in 2011 is when they came to visit. So she had never got to Seattle. So it was so nice to have her here, and I could show her my stuff and the house and our neighborhood and everything, and she loved it. And I took her all over by the lake and stuff, and she saw the little skating area and the lake and the sliding area, and she's like, oh my god, this place is so cool. And she loved the movie theater. She's like, it's the first movie theater I've ever been to that I'm not freezing. She loved the Y. So it was just so cool to be able to show her around, and I had showed Dad all that stuff when he was here in September. So we got to the hockey game, which was so much fun, and the Calgary Flames won, and he had his jersey, and it was just perfect. And then we went to Banff, and the reason we went to Banff was because Dad has done a number of trips out west here, even when we didn't live here. When we lived in Bermuda, he would just fly out to Calgary and drive through the mountains. He loves to drive, and so that's why he came out in September to see us and then drive through the mountains and back. So he had done that. But he had stayed in, not this particular trip, but in other trips he had stayed at the Fairmont, Lake Louise, and Jasper, and Whistler, and the hotels in Vancouver. But he had never seen the Banff Springs Hotel. He had driven by it, and we were always like, oh my god, Dad, you didn't go in the hotel. He's like, no, geez, I just drove by it. So we wanted to make sure he saw the Banff Springs Hotel. So it was lovely, and if you saw in some of the pictures, he's in a wheelchair. Dad has a walker. And I just knew it was a big hotel and it would be a lot to walk around. So I went over to the desk when we got there and I asked if we could borrow a wheelchair. And they were lovely. They said, oh my gosh, yes, take your time. And they let us leave the car parked out front so it was easier. And they were lovely. So, and I wish I'd got the name of the doorman that was there. Just a young guy, very lovely bellman. So he was really sweet. So we got out to Banff Springs and Dad finally got to see the Banff Springs Hotel. That was great. And then Bryn left on January 5th and went back to school. Dad and Annette left on the 6th. Bryn called me on the 6th and she was upset. I'm like, no, we're not doing this again. But she was just sad that she was, back to school, and it just feels overwhelming and the whole thing. So she's great now. She was actually home last weekend. We did that on purpose because we knew going back was just going to be huge for her, and we just wanted her to know that she could come home. So she came home last Friday night, and she was here Friday and Saturday, and then she flew back Sunday. But it was just enough of a boost for her. So she's doing excellent. She's busy with classes. Currently, she's taken math, biology, and chemistry, and she's got chemistry labs and all this stuff. So she's very busy, but she's doing really good. And she'll be back on Valentine's Day. So she has a February break. Kerrigan has a March break here at school, but she's actually off. She wrote 2 exams this week. She took 4 courses, which she's just like, what the heck? Because in Seattle, she took 7 courses a semester, and in Bermuda they took 15 courses a semester. So to go down to 4, she's like, what is happening? So out of her 4 classes, she only had to write 2 exams. So she did that on Tuesday and Thursday of this week. So she was off Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and now she's off all next week. Just because the school doesn't schedule all the exams within a few days. So she's got all next week off. So I think her and I might go to a movie or do something. And I want her to become my business manager because I need to organize my craft stuff. But anyway, As for my job, I'm not working right now. I stopped work on January 18th just because it was the Christmas holidays, and the people I work for knew that my dad was coming. They were like, oh my God, go enjoy your family. And then when Annette arrived, I sent the family a video of the surprise that you guys saw on Facebook and Instagram and on my video of Annette surprising me. And they were like, oh my God, that's lovely. That's so cool. Enjoy your time. So I've been in touch with the family since then because I knew things were going to change in the new year. I had been working at their home with their child, and what's happening now is that the child's going to be in a center, and I'm going to be there working one-on-one with the child. So we're just trying to figure out paperwork and schedules and all that kind of stuff. So I'm waiting to hear from them today. Not yet. So just trying to get that sorted. Because of that, I've been home and I've had all this time and I haven't used my time that wisely. I'm going to do a whole video on my craft channel after I film this. So if you want to see more about what I'm going to be doing with my crafts on that channel, you can check it out. But I've just felt very muddled in my brain. There's a lot. I worry about this job and if it's going to work out, and do I have to find another job? I worry about my dad and his health and everything. So that's just always, those two things are always playing in my head. I just worry about Bryn because she's away, and I want to make sure Kerrigan's good and everything's fine. And Scott's job's doing great. We went to his Christmas party the other week, and that was fun and lovely and all that. So yeah, so everything is good. But my brain is, like right now, I've got like 27 thoughts going on in my brain. And I know that's just having a mom brain, and we always have things going on in our heads. But for me, it's just getting worse. And I've talked to my family about it, and I'm actually going to go to the doctor at some point and just get checked because I seem to have the symptoms, and I think I've always had the symptoms of ADD. And I know that's thrown around a lot, but when I think back to how my brain worked when I was young, it all seems to make sense. Anything I read, that's what it seems to be. And I was actually fearful that I would have like Alzheimer's or something. Just because I forget very easily, and oh my God. And I'm really emotional. I could like cry at the drop of a hat. I was watching the show on Netflix, The Crown. Have you guys watched The Crown? I've been watching that, and it was the first episode when the king got up and he sang with the carolers. Oh my God, and he was crying, and I was bawling. Just such a mess. Furnace, there goes the furnace. Thank you, Furnace. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, I don't know why I'm getting upset, but in the meantime, isn't my hair cute? I cut like 2 or 3 inches off. I wish I had done that before Dad came, because he likes my hair shorter. I don't know why I'm crying. So, I don't know if that's it. I talked to my friend Mariel, and I said, do you think I have ADD? And she's like, oh, honey. I'm like, seriously? She's like, I've known since I met you. I'm like, really? And then Scott and the kids say it too. Like, I'm a terrible listener. I interrupt people because I'm scared that the thoughts I have in my head are gonna go out, and that's getting worse. And I just can't like organize my head. And the kids are like, oh my God, Mommy, you're like all over the place. And it just seems to be getting worse. So I don't know if it's ADD. I'm not just jumping on that, thinking that's what it is. It could be. The other thing I think it is just stress. I think I'm just really stressed and I can't get my head straight. But it's just frustrating me because I've had all this time. I've been off for over a month, and there's so much I could have done. Part of the problem, and I'm going to blame my computer, because my computer is giving me so many issues. It keeps crashing, and every time I touch iMovie or iPhoto, the computer freezes and I have to shut down. So the other day I did a bob and lace video, and those videos are over an hour long, and I can't edit them on my iPad because the iPad with iMovie only lets you do 15-minute videos. And these videos are over an hour, but I can't do the video on my computer. And then my phone, I was filming on my phone, and the phone crashed because it said the memory was full. And I'm like, oh my God, everything is just, feels like it's falling apart. And then on top of all this, because I have that job, which is part-time, I'm like, why don't I do craft parties and go to people's houses or host them in my own home? And then I'm like, oh my God, in order to do that, I gotta like fold up the ping pong table. I gotta go through all these bins and get rid of stuff so that I can put some tables down here and make it cute and put more of these little patio lights and have it really fun. And I would love to do that and make some money that way. The other thing is I'm trying to decide if I'm gonna move all my crafts over to my website, because I pay for my website every month and I'm not using it to the full extent that I should be. And on Etsy I get all these fees and stuff, and I'm trying to decide if I should stick with Etsy and do Etsy and my website, or if I should just do my website and not worry about the Etsy fees and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know, my head is just about to explode. I have all these thoughts. And then we have a brand new dollar store. Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's like literally across the street. So I went in, I bought a clipboard, I bought some containers. I got these little trays at IKEA the other day for $1. I got 6 of them, because then people could work at their table with all their little things on the tray. And Kerrigan is like, what are you doing? So Kerrigan is off for the next week, so I need her to be my business manager and have her help me organize my brain. I've also been on my iPad, I've been designing some planner stickers, and I'm trying to figure out if I should do physical stickers or digital stickers. I don't know, so I'm trying to weigh the pros and cons of each of those. And yeah, and I can't film videos right now because of the computer. So every once in a while I'll come down, turn it on, yell at it, and then I turn it off and walk away. And I was talking to Dad the other day, he said, oh my God, turn that thing off and walk away from it for like a week. He's like, don't touch the computer, it makes you so mad. And I need to take it into Apple, but then to take it into Apple, it's gonna cost me money to get it fixed, and because I'm not working, we can't afford that right now. Which is why I'm thinking about hosting craft parties and stuff. And so, and I do these YouTube things, but it does not pay a lot of money. Some months I don't get paid at all because I haven't reached the $100 minimum that you have to reach in order to get paid by YouTube. And that's with all my channels. Gus and Snoopy, I don't make any money on that. And my Little Pink Cottage, I think I'm up to like $11 so far this month. So yeah, so it's not like I'm making money off of YouTube and everything. So I'm trying to make some more products to sell, and yeah, so I'm a little stressed out, but it's all good. It's all good. Everything gets sorted. It always does. Yeah. So, but I really do have to go through some of our stuff because, as I mentioned in our move, we have like 16,000 pounds worth of stuff, and now I'm at like however many minutes for this video, so I probably should go because I'm not gonna be able to edit it if it's too long. But anyway, I just wanted to check back with you guys and just tell you I'm fine, everything's good. All right, I'll let you guys go. I hope you guys are good, and yeah. I'll be back with some more videos soon. All right, take care, guys. See ya.